Let's discuss my 10 most worn pieces for spring. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabs and I love all things fashion and handbags. For today's video, I really wanted to discuss the most worn pieces in my spring wardrobe because I find it so helpful when stylists or content creators share the pieces that they get the most wear out of, because that just means that it is high quality, it is functional, versatile, and it is honestly so helpful when I'm trying to create more outfits. Those pieces keep popping back up in my head, so that is why I'm trying to share it with you guys today in case you are looking for your perfect spring capsule wardrobe pieces. Number one in our list, I believe, is the most versatile, and that is cardigans. The reason why I say cardigans is because throughout my whole life, the one staple in every stage of my life has been cardigans. Regardless of styles and trends coming and going, cardigans just have to stay because it is a simple layer. It goes with any outfit, and it is basically one of those pieces that you could have it over your shoulders, wrapped around your waist. The versatility of this piece just makes it the most timeless and one of the most crucial pieces in, I would say, anyone's wardrobe, and that is why it is number one on today's list. By the way, throughout today's video, I wanted to share tons of photos of the outfits that I wear with all 10 items that are on this list today. I often share a lot of Pinterest photos for inspiration for you guys, but I think if I'm sharing my top 10 most worn pieces for spring, it's only right that I share my own outfits with these 10 items. So yeah, keep an eye out. And this is where I'd like to thank Yesoul for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Yesoul Fitness sent me the G1M Plus bike to try out, and I can't believe what a game changer this has already been for us. Living in an apartment, it's easy to feel cooped up and tense, but having this bike right in our home allows me to hop on and do a quick biking session to stretch out my legs and get my blood flowing whenever I've been sitting at my desk for too long. The best part about this bike for me is that the LCD screen is so big and the sound quality is so good that I don't really need to wear my headphones, and the viewing experience is still very immersive. I just attach my iPad or phone directly to the screen using the wire that comes with a bike and watch my favorite YouTube videos while I bike for a few minutes each day. Super quick and easy. If you're also considering adding an exercise machine to your home, this is the perfect time as they have a sale on their bikes. Plus, you can use my discount code SAPSTYLE for extra savings. Okay, moving on to item number two. We have light knit sweaters. This one almost goes hand in hand with the first item. I find this is a little bit different because light knit sweaters are the perfect item to wear when it's a transitional weather day. You're not really wanting to wear more layers, but you also are not sure if a t-shirt or a blouse like this would cut it. So you can rely on a light wool sweater, cashmere sweater, those kind of things are perfect for this time of year. And so that is why they are one of my most worn pieces for spring. I personally used to never invest in wool or cashmere sweaters for one reason only, and that is, well, two reasons. Technically, the first reason was that they were very pricey and they are investment pieces, so it can take a while to get those pieces. But the second reason for not getting those, just I didn't want to clean them. Like, I know that a lot of those pieces require dry cleaning, and I'll just be honest, I find that pretty inconvenient in my wardrobe. I want to be able to clean my own clothes at home, whether it's hand washable or machine washable. That's my go-to. But then I realized that if you layer a t-shirt or like a light long sleeve shirt under those types of sweaters, it makes keeping them clean so much easier because it doesn't come directly in contact with your skin and your body, but it still does its job of being a warm enough layer but also breathable for this time of year when it's sometimes hot, sometimes cooler. So yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of a tip in there. I don't know, that had nothing to do with styling, but I just had to share how I keep these sweaters clean. And yeah, of course, after the season comes to an end, it's just better to take it to the dry cleaners so that it's nice and clean for the following year. Number three on today's list is a good pair of jeans. I know this sounds like a no-brainer to you guys, or it may sound like a no-brainer, but I just find that a good pair of jeans goes a long way. And with jeans, it's not like you need tons and tons of pairs of jeans. It's just that if you find the pair that you find flattering and it always just makes you feel good, you don't really stray away. I used to have my one favorite pair of jeans for like 3 years, from 2020 up until 2023. Levi's crop 501 light wash jeans. I swear, I think I got so much wear out of them and they're still so good. They barely look used. Granted, I am very careful not to kneel too much in my jeans so that it doesn't leave a knee mark in my jeans. I really hate that. It looks a little bit sloppy in my opinion. I know some people want to wear in their jeans and make it look super worn. Anyway, I was careful, but not too careful. I used to wear those jeans almost every single day. Those were my go-to jeans. But then as I kind of progressed in my personal style and I kind of developed kind of a different taste for jeans, I have really found a new appreciation for baggy jeans. I find them so comfortable, and having them be a little bit low-waisted is so nice. I find that it's like a nicer proportion on my body. I don't know if it's just in my head or if you guys also agree, but I used to love high waist straight leg jeans, and now I'm more into my low waist baggy jeans, and I wear them all the time. That's my go-to pair of jeans, and I think I'll be repeating it a lot this year as I did last year. That's number 3 on our list. Number 4, we have leather sneakers. I love suede sneakers and canvas sneakers, and I know a lot of people love their Converse and other sneakers like that, but I am specifically saying that my most repeated pair of shoes for springtime is always a good pair of leather sneakers. And for me, that is my Adidas Sambas. Reason for that is that this is an unpredictable time of year in terms of weather. Sometimes we get some rains, sometimes we don't, and a lot of the times in the morning all the grass is like dewy and kind of wet, and so mud and stuff gets on my shoes really easily. But because they're leather, by the time I come back home, you can just shake anything off of it. Water dries off easily, mud comes off easily. It's not like suede or canvas where you really need to take it to a professional cleaner to get it nice and looking fresh again. So yeah, I would say for versatility and ease of wear, a good pair of white-ish, mostly white sneakers in leather is definitely my most worn piece. Number 5 on our list today is crop or generally short leather jackets. The reason for this one is, like I mentioned previously, my most worn bottoms in springtime is pretty much low-waisted jeans, and with that, I find crop or short leather jackets are the most flattering, and I just like it a lot. I think the proportions look really flattering and nice. The other thing is that there's something about leather jackets that when they're slightly longer, they look a bit bulky and heavy, and that's not something that I like for spring. For spring, I like to keep everything breezy and flowy and kind of springy. You know what I mean? I know that both spring and fall are transitional type weather, and you could, in theory, wear the same exact outfits, but in my mind, there's a difference in the colors and the proportions of the clothes you wear. That is why crop and short leather jackets, for me, I associate them with spring, and I wear them most around this time of year. Number 6, again, this one goes hand in hand with the previous one, is crop trench coats. I have a really nice long trench coat that I was wearing up until a couple years ago a lot for spring, but then I realized I didn't really like the heaviness of it. For springtime, I like to keep it light and I want to wear more light fabrics. So I do have a trench coat that I acquired early this year, and I have been loving it for spring so far, and I can just tell this is gonna be my on repeat jacket for all of spring this year and following springs. That is just something that I've realized I prefer to wear my heavier, longer trench coat for fall. And I've even layered it up and made it warm enough that I can get away with it in winter. Number 7, this is a really good one. MIDI skirts. This one I find to be a really fun transition piece. The reason is that as soon as the weather gets a little bit warmer, we're sort of raising our hem a little bit, you know what I mean? It's kind of fun. I just find that it's the perfect time to start reintroducing kitten heels and sandals into your wardrobe. And with MIDI skirts, you just accentuate the ankle and a little bit of shin in the cutest way. It sounds so funny to say it this way, but that's just how I like to wear them. And the way it still covers most of your leg and you can wear warmer tops with it, it feels the most appropriate for springtime. I don't know, for summer, you're mostly into shorts and shorter skirts. I actually do wear more maxi skirts for summer than I do MIDI skirts because it's like a spring piece in my mind. I don't know. On a similar note, number 8 on our list is slip dresses that you can layer with other items underneath. So the thing I like about slip dresses or bias cut dresses is that you don't have to buy the most fitted item for it to still be very figure flattering, but it still has a bit of room that I could even wear a shirt like this underneath. I really like to layer my dresses for springtime. I wear my dresses with t-shirts and other blouses. Pico. Hi. Do you want to say anything? Sorry for the distraction. What was I saying? Right, slip dresses. Slip dresses are one of my favorite pieces for layering. I love to wear them with a little bit of a bellowy top like this one because it's kind of more baggy, and then when you put a slip dress over top, maybe belt it and cinch the waist a little bit, it's so figure flattering and it makes for really cute spring outfits. If it's not too hot, because once it gets too hot, then it's a little bit much to layer it with anything like this. Okay, number 9. I love this one. A basic, simple, long sleeve t-shirt. This is something that is in my more recent roulette of outfits. I feel like I used to avoid wearing basics as my whole outfit. I would think, okay, no, basic is too simple. It's not really doing anything for my outfit. It doesn't add anything. Wrong. I definitely was wrong. I have a newfound appreciation for basics, guys. And I find that long sleeve t-shirts just go with everything. And for spring, it is such a good piece because when I'm out and about on a spring day, especially when I'm walking my dog or just going on a little coffee date with my husband, I get goosebumps really easily. A simple wind in the air and I'm so chilly. I'm just like, oh, so cold. I don't need layers. As long as I just have a long sleeve shirt and my jeans on, I'm good. I'm good. And especially because the way cotton t-shirts stick to your body, it's not like a very breezy shirt like this one. It's different. It sticks to your skin and you feel very protected against the wind, and that is why it's one of my most worn pieces for springtime, and it literally is a basic, so it goes with everything. Lastly, we have our 10th item, and this is not a clothing item per se. This is a bag that is easy and big enough that I can carry a layer in, but it is also low maintenance that if I get caught in some rain, I'm not going to be worried about how it's going to fare with a little bit of water on it. This sounds funny, but I get caught in rain a whole lot more in spring than I do in fall and winter because I tend to be prepared with like an umbrella or something like that. But in spring, I'm very ill prepared for weather like this. So that's why I was saying that I have leather sneakers that are my most worn in spring, and same with my bag. I try to go with bags that are more low maintenance and not like a Chanel classic flap, for example. I want to be able to also fit a little bit more in there in case I have a light sweater or something I want to carry. And that is why a bigger bag that is more low maintenance is for sure on my repeat list for springtime. That is everything for my list of 10 most worn pieces for springtime. I hope the styling videos and pictures that I popped into this video helped you guys with ideas of how I style them, because I mean, I would obviously love to do another video actually styling each of these pieces, but these are genuinely my most worn and styled pieces around this time of year for springtime, and even early summer if you're in Canada or some colder regions. Let me know your thoughts and let me know what you guys wear most in spring in your country or where you're located, because I'm always curious how other people dress around this time of year. If you liked today's video, make sure to subscribe, stay tuned for my other videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!